Oh, everyone's planes have turned into something else all of a sudden. They're not caravans. Strange.
Who is in parking 55?
Not me.
I think it's Ben.
49?
Me.
Are we playing bingo here?
44?
Please shout out 46. I've got a line.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4 players and myself.
46, I think I am, if that's correct.
Yeah.
That's 46, is it?
License 3, yes. You are in
Oh, not bad.
46.
Is that how you say it? Is that right? 46.
Yeah, 46.
Oh, I did learn a bit in Lanzarote then while I was there. It's hard in Spain because they speak really fast. So you have to like.
Yeah.
Habla despacio, por favor.
And also there's a lot of different accents. So
Yeah, I
it's
noticed
totally
that.
different. Not only in the different countries, but inside our own country, there's a lot of different accents. For example,
Yeah, they said
my wife
in the Canary Islands. Oh, sorry, go on.
my wife is from Arequipa.
Yeah.
And she speaks very fast. So even sometimes I didn't understand her.
That's normal if you don't want to understand your wife.
Yeah, well, I mean, know what she wants to say, but the words she's saying.
Just say yes to everything.
Yeah, just nod your head. Yeah.
That's the
You're
best,
right.
the best choice. You can always have the last words, of course.
Oh,
It might be a last word as well if you say it wrong.
Yeah.
That'll be a really last words. Ever.
Yeah, I remember when I was in the Canary Islands, they said there that they cut a lot of words out in the Canary Islands.
Yeah.
A bit like England, really. You come to different counties and they speak different.
The accent of the Canarian people is more likely a Caribbean accent than the Spanish accent.
Yeah. I don't know, I learned how to ask for a beer pretty quick. That was one of the things I practiced.
Any particular seed we are using today, or just fly manually and don't bother?
Yeah, I'm just flying manually, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Just following little lamp.
Yeah.
In general, on the way there should be this power station, yeah, in Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that leaked and it caused all this?
Yep.
I have programmed my GPS as well, so but just as the backup. But
Yeah, innit? Something like that. It's so easy to happen. Just a leak of radioactive
yep.
power station. That's it. It's game over, innit?
And now that you can type directly on your keyboard on the GPS Garmin, is easiest to
Certainly
input
is.
that.
Hello, Ben.
How you doing, guys? All right?
Yeah, very well. Yourself?
Hi,
yeah,
Ben.
all good. Hey, guys.
Right, that can go in there. UK KM. That's it. Flight plan. Bosh. Whereabouts you from, Ben, if you don't mind me asking?
Me, I'm on the Isle of Wight, mate.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice. Old underground tube stock.
Oh,
Yeah.
we used to. We've just
Oh,
gone
they got
through...
upgraded now, haven't you?
Yeah, went into service on Monday. And within 5 hours, they had to stop all the trains because they had a fire on the track, so not going very well.
Oh, bloody hell.
There is Vatsim Tower and approach on the airport.
Is there?
I've still got to pluck the courage up to go that far yet.
This asks for permission to fly.
I've got to
I
make
will
it to
do
the
it,
airport
yeah.
yet.
Requesting permission to fly.
Are we doing that on Friday, Roberto? Are we going on Vatsim, or are we just trying your controls for now?
Yeah, no. Let's try on Friday.
Ah, okay.
You have a second officer on that your thing as well. on the jump seat. I'd just like to watch.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Learn off the best, you know.
Yeah, just log into the same server as us and you can join in.
Yeah, cool. You know, I could probably do it, you know, all this lingo. I've watched that many videos, I've put that many notes. It's just doing it.
Yeah,
Just
I get
looking up the
tongue-tied. That's my problem. I know how to do it, I just get tongue-tied.
At the end of the day, all the people we're talking to, they've all done it themselves at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do get some smarties on there who think that, you know, they're it.
Yeah.
But generally, I know a lot of people are quite helpful, aren't they, if you tell them.
Mhm.
I know the one time I did try it was from Oslo. There was a guy there. I think his name was Mats or Metz. Great guy, he was really helpful. I was just doing patterns,
Yeah.
and he said next time come on and do a full flight. Never went back.
You need help with anything, Ben, or are you okay?
I probably will do along the way.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Not a problem.
Yeah, like I said, I've never actually flown this aircraft before, so it's,
But it's very easy.
Yeah.
Even the Cessna 208, the same as us.
yes, I am. Yeah.
Just one thing then, 'cause, well, this is one thing I couldn't figure out when I first flown it. Above your head, there's fuel tank selectors.
Yep, get the engine
So-
going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to work that out.
It's only because I watched a quick YouTube video to get like a basic grasp on how to get the plane started. I knew that.
Yeah.
Just seems a funny place to put them,
Use,
doesn't it?
yeah, use the checklist inside the sim, and the engine will go okay.
No control.
Yeah,
needed.
I think I've got the engine running at the minute, so that's a good start.
I don't think I've tried any of the props on here yet.
I flew the standard Cessna a couple of times.
Yeah,
That was
152.
Yeah, because I learned in a 170.
Cool. Evening,
Right.
Nigel.
Evening, evening, evening.
Hi Nigel.
Here comes
How are you?
Oh,
here's
yeah.
the real pilots online now, guys.
Better behave yourselves. I'm not flying tonight. I'm doing some coding, so I thought I'd just listen in and make sure you were all doing the right things.
Yeah. Flying VORs. Yeah.
I want to hear all your your pre-landing checks and
We're doing formation flying tonight.
formation flying. Yes, I'd like to see that.
Inverted loops and all that kind of stuff, barrel rolling.
We've got a new member tonight, Nigel, called Ben, and he's
Yeah.
learning his PPL. So
Oh, excellent, Ben.
Yeah.
Where are you learning that?
The Sandown on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, right. Yeah. Been there many times. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 7.5 hours in.
Oh, not too bad. Gone solo yet?
No, I need to get my medical sorted.
Oh yeah. Some schools are like that, aren't they?
Yeah, but obviously the weather's changing now as well, so
Oh, I know. You can easily lose 3 months at this time of the year, Ben. Easily.
so I'm sort of thinking that I'm just going to study for my ground exams and save up a load of money so I can like hit it hard when it starts getting nicer next year.
Yeah, that's not a bad plan, but it's good to keep your hand in. It's all fun, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's all fun. Excellent. And what are you learning in?
In a Cessna 172.
Oh, 172. Well, you got loads
Yeah.
of money. You got loads of money then, Ben.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. But I took my fiance out for my last flight and she rather enjoyed herself, so I better stick to it now.
Yeah. Good. Anyway, I'm just here in the background.
evening, Jason.
Oh, there's Jay, and there's another. Yeah, Jason as well. Oh, good.
Yep.
Excellent.
Give it a go.
It's very informal, Jason. It really,
Yeah,
it really
relaxed.
is. The emphasis is just having a laugh, really.
Yeah.
Just get a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's
You'll
the
all have a
main
laugh when you
objective.
see me descending at 3,000 feet a minute on approach.
And then it stops being fun when I throw them some approach plates and say, right, let's do this. Let's do this approach.
Yeah, we'll have to try that airfield again where you showed us, Nigel. What was it called?
Ben one.
Oh, Valmere.
Valmere, that's it. Yeah.
Valmere, yeah. Yeah, 2.5 million. Wow.
I know. Can't believe
2.5
that.
million. No, I can't. I mean, it's a very good going concern. They're always busy. It's a lovely place to visit. Yeah. When you can find it.
Oh, I found it, alright.
What altitude are we heading for?
2,000 maximum, really.
Yep.
Don't need to be that. There's nothing. It's all flat around here.
I'm sure you've all got your PPE on. My feet are starting to go webbed.
Challenge for you all when we get to Pripyat as well. Who can get the best photo of the oh, what's it called? The yellow big wheel.
Ferris
With-
wheel.
Yeah, without using the drone camera.
Challenger.
Smart cam.
And that. No, it's got to be literally outside. External camera's fine, but no drone or.
I can never do that smart cam thing. I've tried it on
Nah.
my iPod. Never works for me. It always points to something else.
Yeah, you can set them up your own views. You go to a view you like and then save it as a smart cam. That's what I normally do.
I don't know if it's because I was flying over Liverpool. Maybe it didn't think that it was worth taking pictures. I don't know. I was trying to take Everton and Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
They're both quite close, aren't they?
Hmm.
Active runway is 31. No, sorry, 113.
Yeah, 1-3.
Yeah, I can't get that little nav map running. I've got an Istanbul scenery installed, and it's bugging out on it and crashes every single time it gets to that stage. Importing the scenery or the
Oh, what, the load scenery library?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the airport charts opened up in Navigraph, so at least I can sort of see that.
Nigel will be impressed.
So what's the difference on the autopilot with this, with the vertical speed and the flight level change?
Sorry.
What's the difference between the vertical speed selection and the flight level change selection on the autopilot for the autopilot climb?
I think the flight level change manages your speed as well.
Right.
Automatically, I believe. But don't get me wrong, I might be totally wrong, but
They generally do in proper airplanes.
yeah.
No, not proper airplanes. In real airplanes, yeah, it manages that for you, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it works in MSFS. I'm not sure.
I just use vertical speed on mine and do it myself.
I use,
Yeah, I do.
Normally I use vertical speed. Normally I climb 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I actually in the right place in the game? This is all a bit new to me.
Can you see the rest of us around you?
I've seen some other planes and someone's 208's just gone off to the end of the runway.
Yeah, that's me
I have also.
Yeah,
and Roberto. Yeah.
I just started taxiing
James,
as well.
James is taxing, yeah.
Yeah.
I see you
Oh,
taxing.
I'll move off now.
Right, I've only got one plane then for some reason.
Are you on the same server?
Which server should that be?
North Europe.
Yep, North Europe.
I'm starting to taxi.
Oh yeah, I see someone else. Yeah, someone else is just behind another one. Okay.
It can be glitchy sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like it's all just suddenly woken up.
sometimes
Yeah.
someone is going to disappear and then reappear.
Yeah.
I'm taxiing behind someone. I don't know who is. That is behind James.
Yeah, you're behind me, and then someone's behind you as well.
Yeah, I've not got my name tags up. Can't see.
See, Chris is on.
Oh,
Chris is on the
already,
runway.
yes, already
Yeah, I'm on the runway,
nine
yeah.
up.
I'm behind Chris.
Steve behind. Then James near to enter the end of
I'm
the
just-
taxi.
Holding point now. Holding point Alpha.
I don't know who's in front of me. Ben,
Uh,
are you taxiing?
I am taxiing. Yeah, just
Yeah.
about to make a left turn.
Yeah,
Taxiway
you're in front.
to Alpha.
You're in front of me.
Ah, so you can enjoy the comedy show.
Weather's not actually that bad at the minute.
No, it's all right,
A
mate.
bit cloudy though. There's a forklift going up and down the runway here.
They're generally one notch of flaps for this aircraft.
I don't use any, to be honest, on takeoff.
No.
70. Get to 70 knots and away you go.
Unless it's a short runway, but these are generally pretty good for taking off quite fast anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just remind you of that in the Board of Inquiry.
Oh,
Steve.
that Nigel's listening.
70 knots and away you go. Oh, brilliant.
yeah, Nigel, this happens when you skip your teaching lessons. You just forget about, proper aviation vocabulary.
Yeah.
Just off you go.
Yeah, terminology just goes
Yeah.
right out the window, yeah.
Whenever you are ready, guys.
Your leader, mate. You go when you're ready.
Okay, I'm going.
Lead by example. Right, I'm going to roll as well.
And up. Gear up.
Rolling.
Airborne.
What altitude? Is it 2000 or higher?
I was going to do about 2,000, yeah.
speed of roughly 1 to 5 knots, roughly, ish. Nigel.
I made a complete rookie error. I didn't set my barometer.
Ah,
SB, that'll sort it. Oops, sorry, Nigel.
You say that, it's actually, pressing B is not actually doing anything for me.
No.
No.
What's it set to? Standard.
Oh yeah, 2, 9 and 9 and 2.
And what's your weather?
Live weather.
Oh, live weather.
Yeah.
It's unlikely to be standard. Could be. Where are you? Which airport are you?
UKLL.
I've got 2960 at the minute. If that's correct, I don't know.
UKLL is indeed 1013. It is indeed
Oh, so it is
1013. So it is standard today. Well, at the moment.
What speed are we going to travel?
I'm just doing about 150, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Well, 148, 149.
TAS?
156.
Nigel, I don't have clear one thing. This altitude 3,500 feet, do we need to have the mixture rich or
Are you flying the Caravan?
yeah, the Caravan?
So the Caravan has a gas turbine engine and it doesn't have mixture.
What's the
The fuel condition.
Yeah, the engine condition.
Yeah, the fuel condition lever on, it's a bit strange. Although things like the Caravan and the Dash 8 and the Meridian, all sorts have the same engine. They all have the famous Pratt & Whitney engine. They all have different ways of controlling the fuel. So in the Caravan, as soon as it's started, or before you take off anyway, you put the fuel condition in high, so fully forward. In other aeroplanes, you actually taxi by moving the speed. You vary the speed by moving the fuel condition lever. It's a bit odd. And in some airplanes, you never move it much above idle. It's really odd, but in the Caravan, it's maximum, yeah.
Okay.
So that was far too much talk for just saying put it fully forward.
So even at cruise, full forward.
Even at cruise in a Caravan, it's fully forward, I believe. Yeah, I think so. it's
I've
not
just done that whole
unusual.
process halfway.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
all that'll happen is in real life the engine might get a bit hot, or it might get, because it's using the fuel to try and cool it as well. It's all a bit odd.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to, or it used to be easy to over temp them on start and have a hot start and burn the bloody engines out. Very easy. But these days the computer tends to take care of it.
Sort it out. Yeah.
A lot of concentration, nobody talking.
I've just realised I'm going the wrong way. I was looking. I'm not following nav map. I'm following this thing on here. I'm coming back over there to the left.
Apes always the wrong way.
I did that when we was flying that blooming Lukla. Ended up going down the wrong valley.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope I'm flying them correct way.
If you can see all the planes, you're doing alright. I can't see no one. I'm on my own here.
I can say I can't see many people.
I've got Chris and 208 a few miles in front of me, I think.
Yeah, I can
Quite
see it
hilly
behind
there,
me.
aren't they?
Yeah, just follow us.
Yeah, I think yous are more to my left, but
I'm
I've got a left bank on my flight plan in a mo, so
I'm the most left.
I'm just going to try and catch you up now, Roberto.
Generally, if you've got the flight plan loaded, we are heading to waypoint that is called Babis, B-A-B-I-S, kind of.
Why is it not matching the same flight plan as the nav map one?
mine's saying I'm on route to Gorku.
Okay, so just turn left.
Yeah, mine was Gorky as well. You're going the same way as I was.
Left.
Yeah.
So just head left.
Head left. Yeah,
Miss Gorku, like
it's
it's not relevant.
on the autopilot. Apparently, in 18 miles, I'm turning left anyway. So
070 degrees I'm going at the moment. Try and get back on track.
070. Yeah.
I'm right behind you now, Roberto.
Really hilly where I am, so I know I'm off course.
Yeah, I see you. You are 2,900 feet.
Yeah, climbing.
I'm at 2,000, but the trees are about 100 foot below me.
my tail.
Yeah, so the flight plan that mine's loaded is this Gorku, then Pepil, Rifmo, and then Babis.
Yeah. That's the plan that Steve gave us for MFS.
Yeah.
But he's not following it. So.
I'm just having fun. Keep trying to keep up with Roberto.
Is there a direct to function on this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just click direct, and then you can choose whatever waypoint you want.
But next to the menu button on the left of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your next waypoint then, Steve? Where you're heading at the minute?
I'm not following any waypoints.
Oh, you're just doing it, making.
I'm just flying. Yeah, I'm just flying. I'm just following the line.
Direct to Steve.
Following the line.
Well,
Just
I'm not
following
even doing
the
that.
line.
I'm following Roberto at the moment.
Yeah, I'm following the plan I download from the server. There's no waypoint, just direct. I download the MSFS file, not the real map. Maybe that's why. Having some social distance because of the COVID.
I think I'm 3 meters. I'm alright.
Oh, I can see a load of planes to my left now in the distance.
Hopefully I'm on the right track. I've got 3 in front of me now, so we're getting there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm
heading-
now heading direct to Babis now.
Yeah, just heading into 070 direction, roughly.
Better slow down, I'm catching up fast.
Jason is behind of us. And James is right.
That's right, yeah. Somewhere. I can see in the distance.
I'm gonna go catch him up now. There's Chris.
Some patches are really low cloud in parts. Really weird.
I have put a picture in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We're going to haunt James down now.
Coming to you. Hunting you down, my typhoon.
It's good. I am now in the. I can see myself there in the photo. Cool.
You're very far.
Switching to guns.
I haven't got no name tags on, so I'm just guessing this is you guys, but it looks really high compared to where I am.
Yeah, you are considerably lower than they're at 3,000 feet.
That's why though.
Yeah, I'm Gordium off.
I can only see 2 planes right now.
I can see Gordium off, Roberto and Chris, and you, James. Just about to come on your right side.
Just climbing the phase now. Feel all alone at this height.
Ah, I'm right behind you.
You got me locked on, I can hear your target thing locking on me.
License to through and 28 behind me.
Yep, that's me and James.
I can see 3 in front of me now. Really barren, isn't it, around here? Is this area affected as well, where we are now?
Oh yeah. Parts of the UK were affected.
Yeah, most of like Poland, Germany, all the way.
That explains all the inbreds at Telford there.
I was 6 then, so they didn't tell us shit. I was just drinking some stuff.
Green water.
No, it was actually purple.
What's it up?
Iodine or something like this.
God, yeah.
So yeah, they gave us some like tablespoons. I think like every day a tablespoon or something like this. So no one really knew what happened.
Wow.
So it was just, because my father was a military, so I can't remember him saying anything, and there was no kind of television in Poland at that time. It was just Channel 1 something, and that's it. And it was obviously under Soviet surveillance or something like this. So because it was Soviets, they didn't tell us yet.
No way.
So yeah, in general, most of the people were just, kind of oblivious to what was happening. Yeah, happy days.
What do you mean in that case? It's Yodo?
Yeah, iodine or something like this. So it kind of neutralizes the well, it was supposed to neutralize the effects of radiation, but well, good luck.
But you don't have 8 fingers or something like that in one hand.
I've got 21 fingers, but it's
That's why he's better at maths than the rest of us.
yeah.
Look out your right window, James.
You're right by me, are you? Can't see you. Goose. Oh yeah, I can hear it. I was going to attempt a barrel roll then, but I don't think I will.
I was wondering what you was up to then.
I was just going to try it, and then I thought, nah, it's not going to work.
Nuclear power stations are pretty scary because there is one next to Edinburgh, and they have discovered hundreds of cracks, like micro cracks in the concrete.
Jesus.
So, but they say, yeah, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
So it's just money again. But
Alright, so in Scotland.
if this blows up, then whole UK is just fucked.
The one in Sellafield, isn't it? The other one?
Mm-hmm.
North. That Newcastle way or something like that.
Here in Peru, we use more hydraulic generated energy.
I think this is the most we've seen, isn't it, on an event night?
Six, I think, isn't it? Yeah, 6. Richard couldn't make it 'cause he's stuck in traffic.
Is he a wagon driver, is he?
Don't think so.
No. No, he has to commute the M62, isn't he, he said?
Yeah, M62, yeah.
Shitty motorways, those. It's like the northern version of the M25, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You hear about that train crash tonight at Salisbury?
Yeah, nightmare that.
Oh, man, heck.
But they said it was down to sliding. It's like, no way.
Well, he said it hit an object on the first night, didn't it? The rear
Yeah.
carriage hit something.
That's right. I reckon it
Split
was,
and then hit the train coming the other way.
that's it. Yeah, it took out all the signals originally, and then the other train coming the other way didn't have any signals. Just kept on going. And yeah, bang.
Absolute madness. I think there's either a broken track. I think they're just keeping it hush at the minute.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
something on the track. Stress my bloody plane. Oh, for God's sake.
You turn that off.
I thought he was off, yeah. Numpty. That's strange. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Okay. I was born in somewhere near you. see where you are, Steve, so I'm just going to zap in somewhere just in front of you.
Yeah, no props.
Can you not just ping anywhere? Oh, there, I've got it now.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah. Departure. 3,000. That is the beauty of the sim.
It is, yeah.
Only problem if you do it in the Airbus, it tends to send your plane into a bit of a spin.
It does,
I'm back already.
Steve,
Yeah?
are you absolutely certain that we are going to Chernobyl? Or
Yes. We will be.
because it doesn't look like on the little nav map.
No, first we are going to uniform kilo.
And then we turn
Yeah, I
left,
know.
and that's where we go up to Chernobyl.
Okay.
So where Uniform Kilo Charlie Hotel is, Chernobyl's just to the left of that. Or Pripyat is to the left of that. Chernobyl is further south. I flew it earlier, so...
Like you just going past me now, Steve?
No,
No? No.
you're in front of me.
I'm flying
You've
past
got-
now.
You've got Chris in front of you, or near you.
It's coming in front of me now, I think.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way, James.
Yeah, I turn back to catch you guys up. Yeah, that's it now. I'll get in the middle of you two.
Oh, nice bit of banking.
My side then. I've noticed that. I don't know if it does it on your sims, but if I'm messing my mouse and then try and operate my yoke at the same time, it doesn't work. It just freezes.
Alright. No, mine's fine.
The mouse will work, like if I want to turn in the cockpit, and then I'm trying to use the yoke at the same time, it won't let me do it.
Yeah.
Your wife knows that you are messing with the mouse.
Shh, this is my gaming. We'll see the mouse.
Nice.
Pussies chase away the mouse.
I'm more concerned whether it's Mickey or Minnie.
Oh, look, that's Thailand, isn't it? Or something like that.
Oh yeah, Roberto, well done on winning the competition, by the way.
Thank you.
No props.
That was a very close one, wasn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
2 seconds, like.
And I've flown a lot of times. I was just like on a personal challenge. I want to just nail the time.
Yeah.
But only I taxied a bit further to the next few parking spots. Yeah, I tend not to watch the clock when I'm doing it because it just knocks you off the balance, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Just go for it and then just at the end, see how we've done, that's it.
Hi, Richard.
For one more.
Do what?
So have you got room for one more?
Yeah,
Yeah, always.
definitely.
Someone sent me volume 700 for no good reason I can think of. Yeah. Has anybody started to glow green yet?
Not
Yeah.
Not yet.
There's a funny buzzing sound.
Funny.
I drink a
I'm
cup
not-
of Joro before.
Yeah, I think you might need something a bit stronger than that to keep it all at bay.
We've got purple windows in our Cessna, so I don't know if it counts.
That'll do, yeah. That's a sure sign. I'll not be flying tonight. I'm just the horrendous journey home from work. Normally 15 minutes, and it's ridiculous at the moment, the traffic. But anyway, one of those things.
A motorbike dodged between them.
I was thinking about one of these e-scooters actually, but apparently they're not legal to use on anything other than private land at the moment. So, but anyway,
I don't get it. I just don't get the government. They want everyone to be more economical and go electric, and then they complain about scooters are dangerous. And
Yeah.
well, I saw a story today that made me laugh. So there's this COP26 summit taking place in Glasgow, and the ferrying the delegates to and from the hotels to the conference venue in petrol and diesel Mercedes people carriers. Thinking they missed the point there, haven't they?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Yeah.
Biden himself just brought 85 cars.
Just 85, yeah. You know.
Just 85, so fuck off. So it's just like, at least a couple of planes, or a few planes.
Fell asleep as well today, apparently.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh.
camera had to quickly pan away from him.
Oh my.
So
Yes.
what's the point of organizing this stuff? It's just like do it online.
Yeah.
It'll be the same stories.
We have Ben. Hello, Ben.
How you doing, Richard? All right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Jason, you okay?
Yeah, fine, Jess.
Cool. Nice to add a few extras to the Wednesday evening. Steve's been working really hard at this probably for 6-7 months, I think, Steve.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be joining up with you boys very shortly on my little detour.
Oh yeah, I think you were saying earlier you've not too much experience in the 208, have you, Ben? So.
Zero.
Yeah, well, I'm probably about 0 + 1 on a good day. Yeah, these guys know that the 208 and the Twin Otter just escape me by way of being proficient with them.
Yeah, I've solely flown the A321X.
Yeah, well, it's probably one of the best freeware. It is the best freeware for MSFS without a doubt.
Yeah. I am looking forward to seeing their A380 when it comes out though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they keep teasing it, don't they?
Oh yeah. It looks phenomenal from their screenshots.
Yeah, and importantly as well, they seem to be taking some time with the systems depth as they're developing the A320.
The Phoenix?
No, the A380 fly by wire.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for those.
And then the other one that I am highly looking forward to is the Quality Wing 787 whenever it comes to fruition.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a good aircraft in P3D and FSX. It's really got quite refined over the years, but I think they're very quiet on MSF development. I think unless they've issued something recently.
It's like every few months or so they issue a couple of screenshots, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So they're doing better than Captain Sim.
Well, yeah.
Shame really, because when I had Captain Sim in P3D it was loads better.
Don't complain, it's alright.
I got excited for it when I first saw like the screenshots for it, and then I heard all the horror stories, and it kind of just swayed me away from it completely.
Alright, if you add the mod to it, the salty mod,
Yeah.
then you're not flying a 747 then.
I think they're trying that salty mod on the 747. There's a fancy long call this weekend. P3D is fantastic. I assume MSFS users here today.
We are, yeah.
The visuals kind of, you step into it after MSFS and it's just...
Yeah. Minecraft.
Yeah, but the system's depth is there, isn't it? The fidelity of the flight models, you know it's not going to screw up an approach for as long as you get everything in properly. You can program the FMC without having to make a compromise because something's not modelled correctly. That's where it still shines through for its enjoyment. But with MSFS, even the fly-by-wire, you still have to make a few compromises with your approach to the aircraft. But the visuals overwhelm you sometimes.
Yeah.
Just take a look at them.
I had a couple of weeks ago according to all the Navigraph charts, was an ILS approach to an airport, and I get there, put the landing services on, and nothing.
Zilch. The quality of the screenshots we've been getting on Discord as well lately has been a high standard. They'll say, this is he's not on tonight, but Andy's put some internal shots of this 737 MAX 8 for X-Plane, isn't it? Which I've heard a few things about that elements of it are pirated, but I'm not too sure if that's right or not. It's through a third party I've been told that, and to stay well clear of it, but not too sure.
So 737 did you say, Richard?
Yeah, this MAX development, Andy got something up earlier, I think probably last week.
There is an explanation there's an explanation on their website saying that they've contacted Laminar Research and they've contacted Zibo, but having not had any response, they said it's a yes. So they asked for permission, so they've not heard anything, and they just said, okay, so yeah, we can do it. Probably that's what's causing the issue.
They're not hiding anything then, are they? They've asked permission.
No. Because Max is just using Zibo mode for functionality, whereas the visuals are a bit different. There are some minor differences as well, but in general, it's a Zibo mode packed in Max
model.
Right.
I'm not sure. If the Max is available for the platforms, I don't think.
But the problem is that it was updated last year, most of the stuff, so it's not updated as often as as it should be. So I don't know.
You rate that Zibo one, don't you, Chris? Highly in X-Plane, don't you? You love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And
We'll
they update it on a regular basis, so they are just adding, there are so many, stuff in aircraft and work, and they just adding and polishing every single bit. So yeah, it's good, really good, and you can feel you are flying like 737 is like really rough plane.
I was just going to say something similar, a bit raggedy around the edges, maybe.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why PMDG haven't done X-Plane? Like their Boeings for X-Plane?
I'd suggest it's probably commercial reasons.
Right.
Because I'm sure PMDG they're officially licensed Boeing products, so they'll have had to pay for that license, and
Yeah.
the potential sales return for X-Plane. If you think within the VA, with 50 active pilots, and just maybe 5 or 6 are X-Plane users, so if it's that sort of ratio expanded across,
It's not worth it. Yeah, the value. Yeah, I'll get it.
maybe not. But I could be wrong. I'm just absolutely guessing here. I have no idea. They certainly set the standard BMDG, don't they? For
Yeah, definitely.
Still saying, by the end of the year, it's still saying on here,
Yeah.
they've put that it's going to be easier and less expensive to add the PMDG airplane to your hangar in MSSF. We shall see.
Could be cheaper by what, £5, or who knows?
Or I wonder if they'll give you a discount if you bought it in the past. Maybe. Screenshots look awesome on here.
I do, don't they? Not too. Well, the 737 isn't something I fly that often, but I am tempted when it comes out because it will be the best product for MSFS at the time, and
Yeah.
it could be a while before we see.
I just think there's more involved in there than there is flying the Airbus. There's more to flying a Boeing than there is an Airbus.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Airbus is a bit too easy.
Yeah, just comparing to all the setup, like going even from old.
Yeah, it just takes a bit longer.
Boeing is like 3 times more.
If Boeing was a car manufacturer, who would they be? Would it be someone like Ford?
Ferrari.
Boeing would be Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ferrari prices.
Yeah, it would be like Land Rover from the 80s.
yeah, same design, slightly different.
Yeah,
body
same
shape.
design, and yeah, exactly. Yeah.
An Airbus would be something a bit more sophisticated, wouldn't it?
Aston Martin.
Yeah, like fucking electric Volvo or something.
Electric Volvo.
Shopping
So
trolley.
just come inside and just press the button. Yeah, thank you.
You're right. They were built like Volvo for James. If he crashed them,
Solid.
like tanks, aren't they?
I was thinking about this earlier today because I think, James, you said something about your habit of crashing aircraft, and do you know, kind of on World War II warbirds, for every kill they had, there was like a swastika sign on the side of a fuselage. I think against James's profile we should put kind of a red circle with a line through it, and then another picture of an aircraft behind it to show how it's wiped out.
I reckon that's what I'm doing, I'm reliving my past.
10 strikes and you're out. Yeah.
I knew it, though. I was good friends with him when I was alive back then.
I don't I don't have too much crashes, but they are spectacular.
Yeah.
Wait till we do the Mac Leap again, we'll see who crashes first.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an intense crash course, well, no puns intended. I'll do a week course before that night, just to make sure I've got it.
I keep putting it back in for Richard because he's never done it, and I think he misses it for a reason.
Yeah, there could be, because I'll probably
Coward.
end up in the side of a valley somewhere, no doubt. I tell you what, isn't the an F-18 coming out with one of the sim updates in a few
November the 18th, I think it is, yeah.
Now there's your Mac Loop aircraft, right there.
I was going to say, I've got the Eurofighter. Not used it much, but that'd be good fun.
Yeah, at speed through there. Goodness me.
Me and Steve did try it in one of the, what was it, the Hawk, wasn't it?
Hawk, yeah.
I think it didn't go well.
No.
I was just going to say, yeah, you said tried it, so there's obviously not a good ending to it.
No.
I don't think we got past the first chicane. Gave up. So how they do it in real life is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We have a good landing challenge 70.
So look what that was.
It's on a mine airstrip in Peru.
Ooh.
Goodness.
It's just in between the mountains.
So, did we go past there? Did we when we did that flight of yours a few months back?
Sorry?
Did we go past that when we did that flight in Peru last time?
No. It's on another
No.
part of Peru.
Oh,
The
okay.
one was the one that we do last time was from Manu to Cusco. This one is we're going to take off from Trujillo in the coast, and then climb to the high mountains, to the highlands, and land in between a canyon in a mine airstream.
I think live weather will be off that day then. Live weather will be switched off.
I already got lost at departure.
We'll see.
Oh, there's no chat. I just looked up on Navigraph, see if there was charts for the arrival airport you was talking about, Roberto. And there isn't, so that doesn't doesn't bode well.
Just follow me and
Hope for the best.
pray the whole rosary.
You've not let us down so far. That flight into Cusco was quite spectacular. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, I must
Approach
admit,
roundabout. Yeah.
nice flight.
Not sure they're going to try it in bad weather though.
We had thunderstorms when we last did it.
Right.
Weird rainbows, weren't they? If you remember,
Yeah.
Oh, the rainbows in MSFS are awesome.
we had like circle rainbows. Weird.
Right. Yeah.
All the way around. That's amazing.
Yeah, very strange.
Right, so I'm going to leave you guys to the rest of your flight. I'm going to look at your screenshots later on. So, hello, Nigel.
Richard, could I drag you quickly down to the secret boardroom?
Yeah, let's see you in there. All right.
Okay,
See you guys. Right,
cheers.
bye-bye.
See you in a bit. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Vic, the management's gone. Let's go and do what we want.
Based on Steve's screenshot there, I actually think I'm further to your guys' left than to your right.
I don't know where I am now. I've lost anyone.
I've just overflown Pivot or Pivot.
Oh, turbulence.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Bush.
Right, no worries, mate. Hi, Andy.
Gentlemen.
All right, mate.
Yeah, no.
Hi, Andy.
Right, Roberto, James, Jason, Chris, and Ben.
Evening.
Don't worry, Steve, I'm not flying.
I think I will not do it to the end of the flight. I have to take my daughter to a place.
All right. Whereabouts you gone, Chris?
I mean, in front of you.
Ah. All my name tags have disappeared suddenly.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know where I am. I'm somewhere. Did you see that on yours, Roberto? Is that on the map?
No, just on the drone camera.
On the external view.
Yeah, I got James now. He's just appeared, and Chris has just reappeared.
Yeah.
I just can't see a single person.
Sorry?
I can't see no one on from my window at all.
We're just flying 165. Just like realised, oh fuck.
I'm gonna come and hunt down James again.
I think it must be a server problem because people keep coming and going. I see you banking over to my left somewhere, are you?
Yeah, heading towards James. I was, but James has disappeared again now.
And you have as well.
Yeah, didn't it?
I can see a cozying somewhere over in the distance.
Yeah.
Like playing GTA, innit? Going off the radar.
Right now, Rob
It's just on Everest Join FS.
No, we're all on a Microsoft Flight Sim tonight, so we don't need to use Join FS.
Ah, well, there you go, that's why. It's Microsoft.
The sainted Andy.
Saint Andy. Yeah, far from it. I know a few that'll say otherwise.
You're not flying tonight, are you, Andy?
Oh, silly.
No, nor am I actually. I'm coding. I'm coding in listening to these guys wander around the countryside.
We're doing everything proper.
Come back.
You got them decontamination units ready, Nigel, for when we get back.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. The real night that happened, or the next day, was one of the longest days I've ever worked. Decontaminating airplanes.
Jesus.
For real, yeah.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, doing it for real.
God.
And you use the equipment to take measure of the contamination. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, we'd been practicing it, obviously for real, throughout the Cold War exercises. We'd been practicing decontaminating, obviously ourselves, decontaminating airplanes, decontaminating equipment, and so when it happened for real, then they said, "Well, it's no big deal. You know what you're doing." We were all, "Don't know, but I'm not too sure about it.
Yeah.
I'm not too. I'm
One
not
thing is
too
the
sure."
theory and another the practice.
So when you normally put your, as it was called then, NBC, or nuclear, biological, and chemical suit on, which is just charcoal suit and stuff, and your respirator and your hood and your gloves and your overboots, then you do a buddy check. Someone else will check you and you check them. I've never seen buddy checks take so long as that night. Everybody was, really, really careful.
Yeah.
And then we went out with our equipment, and it was buzzing before we even got anywhere near the airplane.
Gee.
Because they'd flown through the cloud. Now we know that they used to fly in places where the Russians didn't really want them to fly, but that night it was obvious where they'd been.
My goodness.
Oh my word! What a night that was. We had to remove all the air conditioning stuff and send it all away, as well as the outside of the airplane. And yeah. Gosh, what a night that was. What a night. Yeah.
Who's that just to my right there?
So,
Guys, I have to leave.
ain't no worries.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay, it's not a problem.
See you next time.
See you next time, mate.
Too much radiation. Too much radiation for you.
He's had enough.
It's just a plate.
Okay, dokie.
Bye bye, guys.
Okay.
See you later,
bye.
mate. See you later.
Bye, mate.